In the quaint village of Greenwood, there lived a wise old woman named Elara. Elara was known throughout the village for her generous heart and unwavering kindness. Despite living alone in a small cottage at the edge of the village, she was never truly alone. The villagers often visited her, seeking her advice and sharing their own stories. They brought her food and supplies, ensuring she was always well cared for. One crisp autumn morning, Elara decided to venture into the nearby forest to collect firewood for the chilly nights ahead. As she wandered deeper into the woods, she stumbled upon something peculiar, a large, ancient pot, half buried in the ground. Intrigued, Elara brushed off the dirt and carefully opened the lid. To her astonishment, the pot was brimming with gleaming gold coins. Her heart soared with excitement as she imagined the new life this fortune could bring. Elara envisioned herself in a grand house, sitting in a plush chair by a roaring fireplace, enjoying the comfort and luxury the gold could provide. But there was one problem. The pot was far too heavy for her to carry alone. Determined not to let this opportunity slip away, she quickly fashioned a makeshift sled from some wooden planks and tied a sturdy rope around the pot. With great effort, she began to drag the heavy pot towards her home. As Elara pulled the pot along, she noticed something strange. The gold coins inside started to change color. When she stopped to catch her breath and peeked inside, she was disheartened to see that the gold had turned to silver. Disappointed, but still hopeful, she reminded herself that silver was still valuable. However, as she continued to drag the pot further, the silver coins began to change once more. This time, they transformed into dull iron. Elara felt a pang of sadness as all her dreams of luxury seemed to fade away. She sat down beside the pot, her spirits low. But as she sat there, in the peaceful silence of the forest, Elara took a deep breath and began to reflect. She realized that before she had found the pot, she had been content with her life. She had a cozy little home, the companionship of the villagers, and the joy of helping those around her. Elara understood then that true happiness didn't come from wealth or material possessions, but from the love and kindness shared among people. With this newfound clarity, Elara decided to leave the pot right where she had found it. She stood up, brushed off her hands, and with a light heart made her way back to her cottage. That evening, as she sat by her small fireplace in her old but comfortable chair, she felt a warmth that no amount of gold could ever bring. Elara continued to live her life as she always had, helping her neighbors, sharing her wisdom, and receiving their love in return. Through this experience, Elara learned and showed that true happiness comes from within. She stayed cheerful and grateful no matter what life brought her way, and that made her richer than any pot of gold ever could. The villagers continued to visit Elara, not for her newfound wisdom, but for the joy and kindness she always radiated. And so, Elara remained a beacon of light in Greenwood, reminding everyone that happiness is a choice we make, regardless of our circumstances. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and comment.